Hi guys, welcome back. Here to show you my 80 gallon Ingersoll Rand 15 CFM 2-stage air compressor. And I've owned this compressor about a year now, and this is like the centerpiece of equipment to my shop. It runs a lot of my stuff. As you saw in my last video, I painted a whole car with this air compressor, plus I run sandblasters and everything. And when I was in the market for an air compressor, I knew I was going to be doing all this stuff. I figured I'm going to go out and buy the biggest, baddest air compressor that I could possibly afford. Found this air compressor through Tractor Supply. It was right at $1,000 on sale. And I went ahead and bought the 2-year warranty, regulator and everything through Tractor Supply. And I got this air compressor out the door with warranty and everything. It was right at $1,200. So get it home. After buying this air compressor at a risk with about, I'd say 50% of the reviews, people saying motors on these things burn up. I'm like, well, it's a good deal. I'm going to buy it anyway. I'm going to take a little bit of a risk. So I go in, purchase it, get it home, get it installed. And as a lot of the reviews say, people say this switch is junk. And it is. It was sticking on me. It didn't want to close. I'd have to tap on it to get it to work, and it just wasn't happy. So went on Amazon, found this Square D air compressor switch. It was right at $30, I believe. Went to Lowe's, got the different fittings. Was able to use the stock Ingersoll Rand gauge and pop off with it, and it hooked right off in the bleed off, which I was really happy with. It hooked right up, fairly simple. I was able to use pretty much everything that originally came on the compressor to hook this thing up. But as I'm installing this thing and working in the mechanical field, one of the things I like to do whenever I install equipment or any type of motor or any of that is when it's running, I check amp draw. And as you notice on this compressor here, the motor has an amp draw rating. 21.1 to 21.9. Well, when I first got this thing was set up at max 175 PSI. Well, as I'm running this thing, I've got my amp meter on my breaker panel, on the breaker that this thing's running off of. And this thing's overamping at 175 pounds. I'm thinking, well, that's odd. But I also stated and noticed that the regulator I bought is only rated for 155 pounds inlet pressure as well. So I figured, well, since I do have this Square D pump control, or I'm sorry, air compressor control, it's pretty similar to what you get on your well pump too. But this one goes up to a higher pressure. I'm going to turn this thing down. And I turned it down to 150 pounds. Well, one of the things I noticed when I turned it down is I brought my motor right in operating range where the motor is rated to run at under load. And I'm thinking, well, that's nice. You know, I've got my regulator. It's not too much for my regulator, and it does everything I need it to do. But what if you are the guy that needs 175 pounds of pressure, and you bought this thing because of the PSI rating was at 175 pounds? It was sold to you at 175 pounds. Well, my tip is, if you do need that, I wouldn't purchase this. I would go ahead and purchase the next one up that has not the 5-horse motor that this one has on it, the 7.5-horse motor on it. The 7.5-horse motor is going to handle the higher amperage. It's going to handle the higher load that you're going to get at 175 pounds. I'm going to fire this thing up, and I'm going to show you the amp draw on this thing of what this thing runs at the setting that I have it run out, and I'll let you guys see that. Now, as y'all can see, this thing shut off right at about 21.5 amps, which is right dead in the middle of the operating range of where this thing is set up to run at. Now, this video isn't to bash Ingersoll Rand. This has been a great compressor. I've really enjoyed owning it. It's really been a big help in my projects that I take on and everything, but I wanted to make this video as maybe to shed some light on the reason why the people have problems with these compressors, because this is just one of the things that I've noticed with this air compressor when I first bought it. This may be the reason why people have issues with the motors burning up, and I just showed y'all where there is a fix for the sticky switch and the crappy switch that comes with these things. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Please subscribe and maybe have some more videos like this. Have some big projects coming up. I'm really excited about it, and thanks for watching. Y'all have a good one.